how are you guys taking care of yourselves in the midst
Mm.
of like big families that have a lot of stuff going on with them? What are you doing for your self-care, and what are you making a priority? And how do you hold the boundaries maybe around that too?
I think that one, I'm sorry,
No,
you
go
go ahead.
ahead.
I was going to just say, I think that one thing that is important to remember is that it's so easy to get lost in the needs as a mom. And it took me a lot of years to figure this out. It's so easy. Especially when you have a lot of kids, you can become invisible in all of everyone else's needs. And you feel guilty for taking time to yourself because you feel like, well, I should be there. I should be doing these things. I think that's a real problem for moms. And it's really important for moms to realize at some point that moms are people too. And moms, I've got to still be Camille. I've got to know who is Camille. And so I had an experience when I had 2 kids and I was pregnant with my third, and I was losing it big time. We lived in an apartment. My husband was in grad school. He was gone all of the time. I was in the apartment as a stay-at-home mom with these 2 really rambunctious kids, and I'm pregnant. And pregnancy makes me feel ragey, like really ragey. That's how I manifest as hormonal. And luckily, my husband was majoring in marriage and family therapy, and so
He didn't start that until she started getting pregnant. And he's
and
like,
then he was like,
whoa, let's
change my
switch."
major, change my major. I
She
don't know what to
crazy.
do. But one day he came home and he said, Camille, you are so stressed out and you have lost yourself. I am going to stay home all weekend with the kids, and you're going to leave now, and you're going to go just take 3 days. And I remember I was horrified and terrified of the thought of that. I thought, what on earth am I going to do? All my friends are moms. Like, they're with their kids. Like, how? I have no idea what I would do. And I looked at him in this panic and I was like, well, what am I going to do? And he was like, well, go to a movie. It's like, not by myself. Like, I was just horrified. Well, he kicked me out anyway. And
Good for him.
so I started driving aimlessly. Like, I had no idea what to do. It had been so long since I had just had me. I didn't even know how to just be single with me. And I ended up at a bookstore. I wandered in. I saw a book about motherhood. I started reading paragraphs. I sat down in the bookstore seat and I literally read it from cover to cover, and I cried and I laughed. It was the most amazing book. And it talked about how you have to be you and you have to understand that motherhood is funny. And it changed my motherhood, honestly. From that point on, I really started to think, who is Camille? Like, what is Camille even like? So if you like reading, make sure you're planning time to read. If you like to be with friends, you need to include that in your life. You need to find those things that identify you as you, because as you do that, you become a better mother because you're happier and you're more secure and in a good headspace.
Amen.
So one thing that I think helps, which is kind of what the focus of our podcast is with my coping with motherhood, taking care of myself, is just finding the funny. And so I think there's a lot of hard in anything, motherhood, marriage, just work, whatever it is. And I think right now, especially, we just see a lot of negativity out there on social media. I had to just say, I'm done. I can't read it. I can't watch it. There's so much negativity. And so I have found the best coping skill for me is just to find the funny, to find the laughter. And for me, I'm not like a super funny, like Beth and Camille. They can tell hilarious stories and they can just make you roll. I'm not that great of a storyteller, but I love to laugh. I love growing up hearing my mom cackle with her sister. Like, it's just a great way to relieve stress. And so for me, I'm always looking for the funny. And it's something, if people think, well, I'm not really that funny, like and they're feeling down, I think it is something that you can work on. It's a muscle that you can train. And so if you're feeling like you're in the dumps, if you're feeling like motherhood's overwhelming, then some things that you could do, you could just tell yourself every day, I'm going to spend 15 minutes and just find funny out there, like YouTube videos that are funny, memes that are funny. Find people around you that want to do, like, you're like accountability partner that's like, okay, every day you need to send me one thing that's funny. Find something that's funny. Or like, I think it's great to teach the skill to your kids. So say, what happened today that you can laugh about? And a great thing about this podcast too is help me to look for the funny. So before, when maybe I was like, oh my goodness, this is just overwhelming. Now I'm like, this is great material. Like I can talk about this in our introductions, like what's happening. So for me, that is a great way for me to relieve stress, to take care of myself, is think, okay, what is my focus? Is my focus the negative things that are happening, the negative things that I'm seeing, or is it these things that are going to uplift me and make me smile and laugh? And that makes me a better mom when I'm feeling uplifted.
Beth, how are you taking care of yourself?
Oh boy. Yee. Well, I mean, everything they said, very true. We gotta, like, I'm all about, like, I need my mom squad. Like, that is a real thing for me when I am just like going down fast and I'm finding no joy in anything that's happening around me. I just know I can go to my people and be like, oh, I hate everything. And they're like, yes, let's talk about it. You know, like that's when you found your people. Or like when you say the horrible thing, like, oh man, you guys, it happened again. I left the door open. The baby was down the road. And they're just like, oh, you know, and they don't judge. They're just like, oh, that's so funny. Did the cops bring him home? Ha 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 ha. You know, it's like you have found your people when you tell them something, and instead of them shaming you for it, they just laugh with you or cry with you or whatever you need. So I just know, like, everyone needs their person. And I think the only way to find your people is to start sharing more. So you know who your people are, and you know which people are going to find that really ridiculous thing funny. And you know which people are going to swoop in and bring your Diet Dr. Pepper. And you know, like you know those people because you've told those people your embarrassing things, or your things that you thought like, well, I'm officially a bad mom now. I need to tell someone, and they can either confirm or deny what I have said. Like, am I actually a terrible human? And, you know, of course, if they're your people, they'll say, no, you're great. Like, don't worry about that. They'll, and they make up lies of why you're not a bad person. You're totally a bad person. So like, I know, like my people keep me going, and, you know, whoever that is for you, like, I think it's just important. I think sometimes we think, oh, we feel bad if we leave the kids to go hang out with friends and they need me here to tuck them in or whatever it is. And it's like Camille said, like, if you're not taking care of you, you can't take care of them. And so whatever that is for you, like, go and do it. And hopefully you have some partner, spouse, or something that will help encourage you to do that. And I feel really lucky. I have like a great husband who sees me start twitching, and he's like, all right, go record your podcast, go hang out with your friends, go hike a mountain. Like, just, I'll take care of this herd of children that I only wanted half of, by the way, but I'll take care of the other half too. And go.
Catch new episodes of the Mindful Mama podcast and other free resources, including the Mindful Mom Guide at mindfulmamamentor.com. You can listen to every back catalog episode, including interviews with Dr. Dan Siegel, Ianla Van Zant, Sharon Salzberg, and get meditations, join our private Facebook group, and more. Go to mindfulmamamentor.com now. I'll see you there.